So good evening everybody. So we all have that time where we have a little bit of time to actually try and improve our golf. When we get on the golf course, we tend to think about a little bit too much about our swing and less about kind of course management and what kind of scenarios we've got in front of us. So tonight we've got Ryan and you're going to watch us talk through an on-course lesson. So what we're going to do is I'm going to get him to think out loud. It's going to give you a version of what actually is hopefully going to distill into his actual own golf games when he goes away from lessons and goes away from on-course lessons. It actually helps him improve his on-course management, and hopefully you can take something away from it too.
Doing something a little bit different today. Game's feeling good, swing's feeling good, but we're going to try and find out how we adapt ourselves on the course, a little bit of course management, and seeing what I can do to improve my game while we're out on the course and out of the range. But should be fun. Let's go find out.
Right, Ryan, so on the 17th down here at Stockport, now a lot of people when they come out, we just kind of try and hit the shot and try and make the perfect swing. So I want you to kind of get more into the scenario and what we've got in front of us. And what I mean by that is I want you to describe what you see and describe the shot you see, and almost think out loud about your process of shot selection, what shot you're going to hit, and almost where you want the ball to finish. So what do you see here?
Okay, so first thing I see, obviously I have quite a left to right swing at the moment, and I see the two bunkers up close here. First thing I'm thinking, how far are they? Are they in play with what club I've got selected at the moment?
Yep.
Obviously you've got the big ditch in front of you, so I'm hoping I'm going to get it over that anyway, so that shouldn't really be in play. And the first thing is I can't just aim left because I've got them trees down the side there, so I've got to be a little bit more precise with my thinking and where I want to put this ball.
So in summary, if we said, right, okay, we want to keep it away from the ones on the right, but short the one on the left.
Yeah.
So, and it's great that we had all that information, but I think if we kind of go, right, okay, well, there's no wind right now.
Yeah.
It's a pretty flat shot.
Yep.
The trouble's on the right. That bunker is out of reach of my driver.
Perfect.
So we know driver's the club. If that bunker was a little bit shorter on the left,
yeah,
we'd have to change club. We'd go a 3-wood.
Yeah.
And these are the things that, okay, if it's a course we've not played before, I think it's things that we do kind of a little bit more consciously. It's when we go to places that we play all the time, like our home course. Oh, I always hit driver here. I always hit this club here. Now, if we always do it, but always the wind's not the same, the weather's not the same, the ball doesn't go the same all the time. So I think it's being really discreet, and that's definitely something you should do even if it's not your home golf course, but more so even if it is your home golf course. Let's not go into automatic mode. Let's go into a factor of, right, okay, this is what I see, this is the shot I'm going to hit, and let's execute it. So Ryan, let's see it. So you said to me, I see one that's just going up that left and finishing short of that bunker we can see.
Yeah.
Now, full pre-shot routine. So we spoke about it in a lesson just before this.
Yep.
Pre-shot routine, feeling the shot. Now we're over the golf ball, we're just going to try and perform what we see.
That's the plan. Let's see if we can execute it.
So Ryan, from my point of view, like kind of golf coaching, I think there's kind of a lot of kind of content on, right, okay, you could have a certain swing here, certain this, certain that, all to play good golf. But I think this is kind of a massive overlooked thing, especially I would say, don't mind me saying this wrong, but someone kind of around your handicap of 12, a lot of them people are really trying to search for the perfect swing when really, actually a little bit of an improvement in course management might save them a lot of shots.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, you can even see that out on the pros. You know, you've got people out there who don't have the perfect swing, but yet they post great scores. It's because they're not too fussed about their swing. All they're worried about is the income at the end of it. So
exactly. As long as we've got something that's, like I would say, always sort of repeatable, and you can almost predict what ball flight we got.
Just consistency. That's what you want.
Exactly.
It hasn't got to be perfect, but you've got to be consistent in what you do.
And I think you've got to know what you do as well.
Yeah.
It's like you said here, right? Aim down the left. I know the ball's going to come back. We've just finished just short of this. We've carried the first bunker and just short of this bunker on the right. And actually we're in a pretty good position. But just being aware of the whole scenario, what we're trying to do, definitely. Did you feel like you kind of got into shot a bit better?
Yeah, 100%. It kind of helped me visualise, you know, what I needed to be done. And I wasn't just stepping up and going, okay, there's a hole, hit the ball, see what happens. It kind of gives you a chance to break it down step by step and get to the result you want it to be.
Right, Ryan, so we've actually found ourselves in a good situation. Now we're a bit further up than we said. We said we wanted to be short of this bunker.
I mean,
but we carried the one we were worried about, really. Just better shot, wasn't it?
just getting some distance on it nowadays, so.
So what have we got in front of us now? How far have we got?
I don't even know.
So I'm going to tell you now, we've got about 100 yards.
I see a red marker there, yeah.
100 yards to the flag.
100 yards in.
What do we see?
Okay, so I see 2 bunkers on the right, not this near one, obviously the 2 at the back. Slight uphill as well, so you know I've got to take that into it. Like I said, there's not a lot of wind at the moment, so that's not a factor.
Yeah.
Just got to make sure that I've got enough club to get me past these bunkers, and allowed for that slight increase in gradient.
Perfect. So it's going to play 100 yards on the flat, but about 3 yards uphill, so 103 to the flag.
Perfect.
Yeah. So what I want you to do is now we've got a scenario which we're actually going towards a green. Let's categorise these flags into a red, yellow, and green flag. Now this one's not too heavily guarded, so I'm going to categorise this as kind of like a green flag. This is one we can go at.
Yeah.
And these will all be relevant to kind of what shot we're comfortable. So say for example it was a tight left flag, probably more like an amber or red flag for you.
Yeah.
Or a flag on the right, it's going to be a bit much more kind of close to a green flag,
Bit easier
amber
for me
flag.
to access, yeah.
Exactly. And this can all depend on what you're feeling on the day, the slope, the scenario, the wind. And I want you to, once you've got a shot towards a green, let's categorise it red, amber, green.
Perfect.
Right, let's see it. Let's execute the shot. What club are you going for?
Probably going to have to be my pitching wedge because I don't think I can get my 52 there.
Perfect. Right, so we said 103 was the shot. It's a green flag for us because it's not very heavily guarded and we're feeling comfortable. So we've got the green flag to go for it. We know where the green is. We know what our scenario is. There's not much wind, which we've discussed about. 100 flat shot, but we know that with 3 yards uphill, we've got 103 to the flag. Let's see it.
Right.
That's right, you said you pulled it a little bit, which we have. We've just finished just left of the green here, as you can see.
Not bad for distance, so.
Now, pretty good for distance, which is good, so good club selection. Now,
Yep.
we probably were guarding against a bit of the tee shot and also the bunker on the right.
Yeah.
Now, we've got the scenario, we've just missed the green. Now, if we're going to get you down to single figures, this is where we need to make this up and down.
Yeah.
It's what I'd kind of classify, not as an easy one, but definitely as a shot that we should be getting up and down 8 times out of 10.
I'd agree with you on that.
So let's talk through a really nice simple way we can make sure we've got the right club selection and give us a chance of potentially holing it, but definitely getting inside that bin lid.
Yeah.
Right, Ryan, so we've got a scenario here. We said we just missed the green off the left, pretty good distance. Now, how I want you to think about kind of the clubs you'd use, I want you to kind of use this rule of thumb. So the first available flat spot, or always try and pitch the ball a yard to 2 yards on the green.
Yep.
So the flags, there's more distance between the fringe and the flag, we know the ball can roll out. So ultimately, kind of another way you can think about it, get the ball rolling as soon as you can.
Yeah.
So we're not trying to loft it up into the air from just off the fringe, we're trying to get the ball rolling. Now, we spoke about club selections before, you've got 56.
Yeah, it's one I'm most comfortable with and I feel like I can hit them more consistent shots with.
Perfect. So if I put the 50p down, a yard to 2 yards on, all I want us to do, every time we play, let's focus on the 50p.
Yeah.
Or if we can land it around our spot, the rest take care of itself, as long as we've got the club selection.
Yeah.
So imagine we're a little bit further away, we might have to go a bit more lofted club to land on there and finish shorter. A little bit closer to the green, we could maybe use 7-iron to get the ball rolling out from there. So,
Makes
any
perfect
questions
sense.
about that?
No, sounds good to me. Just
Perfect, let's see it.
see if I can execute it.
You said at the start of our lessons, this is one of your...
Yeah, you know,
You
being
said it was
being a little bit wayward with my other shots, to get my handicap to where it has been, I've generally been a little bit better with my short game. But commentator's curse springs to mind a little bit here, but we're going to go for it.
Everybody. Perfect. So it landed on it, but in my opinion, it was a good shot, but it kind of had a little bit too much kind of, not top spin, but it came in a little bit too flat.
Yeah.
Too much speed. So if I grab another golf ball, let's just kind of talk about quickly. I know this is kind of more scenario on kind of course and things like that, but how we could slightly change the setup so it's not going to have as much rollout on it.
Okay, sounds good.
So when you've got forward shaft lean, you're really reducing the loft. So that 56, you could potentially reduce it to like a pitching wedge loft, like 48 say,
Yeah.
which is what we had there. So let's adjust this golf ball now. Feet just wide of club width apart, it's a bit narrower. Ball position feels like it's in the middle, which you've got now. Now before, you were really having this hands really far forward
Yeah.
and really reducing the loft of this club. Now, reducing the loft of the club, we're going to get a shot of that. Nice strike, landed right in our zone, but got a lot more roll than we would predict it would.
Yeah.
So let's feel now. I'm going to call this our kind of thumbs down shot. Hands are going to be higher, weight stays on that left hand side, and I want you to feel that the thumbs stay down and down throughout.
Okay.
And imagine I said to you, right, if I take a screenshot now, give me the same as what it looks like at impact.
Okay.
So we're not changing it, or we're not scooping it.
Yeah.
We're coming back to where we started. A little bit more weight on the left, and hopefully with that little bit less forward shaft lean, we land on the same point, we get a little bit less rollout.
Okay. We'll go for it.
Go for it. Lovely shot.
Something like that?
See, exactly the same kind of swing, probably the same speed, but we reduce the loft, comes out flatter, rolls out more. Keep the same loft we had on, we get the same pitch at exactly the same point, and we're under control. Let's see if you can hold both.
Oh, he's pushed it. See if I can do the second chip.
So Ryan, we played a hole. We've talked about a little bit of chipping setup and how we can just make sure we don't get too much forward shaft lean. But what do you think you could get out of thinking about more of the scenario in front of us rather than just being technically kind of minded on the course?
Okay, so like I say, you've got to take a few things into factor. Is have you got room to land the ball?
Yep.
How much room have you got from, you know, the green? How much room have you got to play with, like the green to the flag? Do you need to get the ball to get up quick? Because you know you've got to get over or something. You've got to take all these things into factor. Another thing is pin location. You know, what's the slope of the green? You've got to read the green because you don't want to. If you can't go directly at the flag if the green's not letting you.
Yeah.
You know, you might have to aim to a totally different location, like you say, to the 50p, and then let the green do its job. So
Get
all
the ball
these
rolling
things-
as quick as you can.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing for you that I'd like to think you take away is categorising these flags into red, amber and green.
Yeah.
And then knowing which ones to go for in relative to our game, what we feel good on the day, and that might change day to day.
Yeah.
And then also take into account the whole scenario, because like you've done the tee, I can't reach that bunker, and actually we hit a corking shot and we got past that bunker, but we just start taking out all the trouble, and then before we know it, instead of actually, okay, we're improving our swing because we're doing technical work, but we get it done out here as
We're
well.
improving our score by thinking about
Exactly.
the hole in front of us.
Exactly.
No, sounds
Perfect.
good.
Thanks for coming on the channel.
Brilliant. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for watching, guys. There you go, an insight into an on-course lesson. We talked about course management, trying to think out loud, how we can categorise flags relative to a player in terms of red, amber and green, and finally a little bit of kind of a change in a chipping setup and a rule of thumb of trying to get that ball rolling out as soon as possible, but also thinking about where we can land that 50p and visualise at 50p, aim small, miss big, and we actually get that ball closer to the hole without even trying. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and see you next time on Alex Elliott Golf.